Hi there, friends. Good afternoon. Hey, hello. Thanks for joining me live. For those of you that are watching live, today we are doing 30 days of content in under 1 hour. And we are not going to be hanging out for 1 hour. We are actually going to still do the same type of framework that we do every week. This is going to be very short and sweet, 15 minutes and under, but I am going to go over the strategy for you to create content for 30 days in 1 hour or less. So say hello if you are watching live. I would love to know who's watching. And if you end up catching the replay, let me know, #replay, so that I know you watched. And if you have any particular questions about your specific content strategy, feel free to ask the questions in the comments and I will address them as we move along. Okay, so without further ado, I just want to tell you why this is important in case that you don't know. So content creation is one of the best ways for you to attract and nurture your ideal client and an audience. Content creation, I was thinking about this morning, is kind of sort of like a medium that you decide to use as a lead magnet, right? So even if you don't have a specific lead magnet, creating valuable content for your ideal clients, for your audience, for those people that could potentially become your clients is in a way your lead magnet. So for those of you that are connected with me through social media, you know that I was pretty active on social media. I kind of stopped for the last month because of some issues that I'm having with Instagram as I'm trying to create a new account and whatever. So Instagram has been the #1 organic lead generation strategy for me for the last year, the whole 2020. I didn't really do anything other than Instagram. So showing up on Instagram constantly, and I was getting 15 to 18 direct messages every day from potential clients inquiring about my services, not to count the ones that were going directly into my website and submitting forms through there. So Instagram for me has been an amazing lead generation strategy, and it's because of the content that I was very strategic in planning and putting out there. So I want to invite you, if you are not showing up constantly because it's too tedious, it's too much work, here you are going to learn how to do 30 days of content in under 1 hour or less. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing that you want to think about before you create content is when you sit down to create content is to be very intentional with what you are doing. And being intentional meaning you want to ask yourself, what is it that you want to say to your potential client? Why are you creating content? So that's why I gave you my little story at the beginning. Content creation is a lead magnet, is a lead generation tool. Just like some people decide to write a book to get their name out there, to get their story exposed into the world, your book could be your Instagram feed, your Facebook feed. That's where you create content and put it out there for people to know about your expertise and what you do, right? So like some people do a podcast. Well, your strategy could be just to show up consistently on Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever platform you choose and show up with the right strategy, and it could be generating leads, income for you. All right, so enough with the talking. So the first thing that I do when I want to create content for 30 days is I have to be relaxed in a place that I enjoy. So sometimes I could be maybe in my couch with some relaxing music, right? If I'm not in my office, just in a place where creativity is going to be free, right? Where it's not forced, because you cannot force creativity. So if you start trying to write content and it's just very hard for you to come up with anything, then you might as well just stop and come back to it when you feel like you have your creative juices going, right? Because otherwise it's just going to be frustrating and you're not going to come up with anything. So just remember that you cannot force creativity, right? So the second thing, if you are in a nice, relaxed mood, you have your candle on, that just relaxes you and allows you to be in the zone for creating, then I want you to think about your ideal client. I want you to think about who they are, what their problem is, and how you can help solve their problem, right? And this doesn't mean you are going to say, hey, I know you are having problems with getting clients online, and here is me, I'm the solution. Not that. Organic lead generation requires a little bit more creativity, I guess, where, like I said, go back to what I just said. It's kind of like your own book, right? This is your presentation. So like when you buy a book, you don't expect to read, this is the reason why I'm the best expert at teaching you this. No, you're just hearing like the story or whatever framework they have to teach you. It's the same thing with any type of media you decide to put out there, a podcast, a content creation, right? So here you are, you're thinking about your potential client and the problems that they have on a daily basis, right? The questions that they ask you all the time, those are great things to think about. So then you're going to pull up a sheet of paper, and I'm going to share my screen with you as I walk through this with you all. And when I say 30 days of content, I'm not saying 30 pieces of content, right? I want you to think about how many times per week do you want to show up? How many times can you commit to showing up consistently? And why do you have to ask yourself that question? Because if you put a post out there, you should also be mindful. I mean, that's your intention should be for people to engage with that post. So how many times per week can you commit to putting a post and keeping an eye on your engagement in case somebody has a question about what you posted or somebody has a comment for you to reply to that comment, right? So personally, my strategy is to show up 2 to 3 times per week, no more than that. And the whole last year, as I was narrating earlier, that I generated leads and sales through my Instagram and content creation, it was me showing up 2 to 3 times per week. Okay. So if you take 2 to 3 times per week, let's say 3 times per week, right? And there's 4 weeks in a month. So you're talking about 12 pieces of content for a month, guys. So it's so easy. It's not 30 pieces of content. So 12 pieces of content is 30 days, right? So I'm going to put here 12 pieces of content, right? That's all that we need. So now you can start simplifying this. And let me know if this is making it lighter, making you feel like, okay, I can definitely do 12 pieces of content in a month, right? Is that something that you can commit to, right? Especially if you do it all in one sitting, right? The reason why you want to take an hour or so every month to do this is because, like I said, you cannot force creativity. So if you try to do this on a daily basis or every other day, depending on what your strategy ends up being, it's not as easy. Trust me, I did it before. That's how I used to do it at first. I will sit down and I would think, I have to post something today. What should I post? What should I post? And it was so hard. It was extremely hard to come up with ideas. And let's say even if I had a great like title or topic for my post, then it was really hard to find a picture to go along with that, because I just wasn't being intentional about it. So this is where this whole strategy, 1 hour strategy, comes into play. So we're going to do 12 pieces of content for 1 month, which is equal to 3 posts per week. All right. So the first thing that you want to do is come up with 12 different questions or topics that are important to your ideal client. All right. It's a little easy for me at this point because I know what my potential clients are asking in the discovery calls, what my clients want to know, what they send me emails about. So let's say here, number 1, for example, how to get leads on Instagram. That would be a post for me right there. Number 2, how to use DMs for lead generation. This is another thing that is a hot topic right now for my ideal clients, right? Number 3, how to promote your lead magnet. So as you can see, these are just little prompts that my ideal client could be searching for online. Just little prompts like that. So think about your ideal client and what are some of the things that they might be searching for, right? And something else you can share is a personal story, right? So I'm going to put here, how I built a successful online, can't spell today, coaching business in under 1 year. So, and then you can share that story, right? Let's say if you are a health coach and you have a good story about losing weight, how I lost 30 pounds in 6 months, whatever, right? So I think you get the point. So these are just little things that your ideal client would be interested in, right? Little hook lines and stories. Something else could be best networking tips for coaches. Best networking tips. Online networking tips for coaches. Okay. Do Facebook groups really work for okay, so you can see the idea. So you're just gonna come up, okay, with different queries or topics that your ideal clients could be searching for. Something else is how to have a successful IG live. So just little things like that, guys. And you're going to write 12 different lines. And I hope you are doing this as you are watching me and you're just not watching. And then after you have your queries, right? Let's see. So best apps for online coaches to build their business. How to get on someone's podcast. All right. Email marketing for online coaches. Okay. And I have not pre-written any of these, right? Now, I have been doing this for a long time, so I understand if it takes you a little bit to come up with these, but don't overcomplicate yourself. So many times, very often, if you are a coach or a subject matter expert in a certain area, you came to read this because of your personal experience, because of your own pain points that you had to go through to solve and get to where you're at today. So just think about who you were before and what were the questions that you had at that time. So these are really all the questions that I had at one point or another as I was trying to build my business. So that's really how I'm coming up with these. Best tips to grow your Instagram with ideal clients. Okay. How to start and grow your own Facebook group. So I am actually going to be posting every single one of these because some of these questions I have been getting a lot. I took a little bit of a break from posting on Instagram because of what I told you earlier. I was having some issues with the algorithm and the platform, so I decided to stay away from it for a little bit. I was also busy with my launch and my challenge, so I have been away for some time, except for an IG live that I did last week and some stories here and there that I posted. So it's time to come back. So that's why I am doing this with you all. And then once you have your little titles, it's relatively easy for you to write the rest of it. So how to get leads on Instagram. This is easy. I already know the answer to this, and it's very conversational. Don't overthink it. Just think about your potential client reading this as you are typing, and you want to write it in like somebody is reading it. Like you're writing this for someone, right? So you can do like, if you want to get leads. See how I'm using you? Like, I'm not saying if we or if they, no, if you, that person behind the screen reading my message, you want to be very direct, right? You want them to feel like you are speaking to them. How many times have you read someone's post and said, wow, this is really speaking to me? Like, I totally feel what she's saying. I get it, right? And maybe you went and checked out the profile or looked at their link in bio to see what they were offering. See, this is the reason why, because that person created that connection with you and really spoke to you. So when you're writing your caption, you want to speak to that person, not they, not them, not we. You want to speak to her, to you, right? And that's how it is. So you know the answers to these questions. You are the subject matter expert. And if you don't, you can always use the internet to research it, right? So one of these that I put here, best online networking tips for coaches. Don't be afraid to go on Google and Google that, right? Best online networking tips. I don't know. And this is what's called content curating. There's three different types. There's 3 C's of content. There's content creation, which is what I'm showing you how to do. You come up with your own content out of your beautiful brain and ideas. There's content curating. Content curating is you find content and you put it out there to your audience, right? And there's content consumption. The third one doesn't pay you anything. That's the one where you end up spending money. So keep that in mind. So here's curating. So here's 5 tips for successful online networking. See? So here are some tips right here that can give you an idea on how to answer those questions for your potential client. You don't have to overthink it. A lot of people don't sit here and go on Google and research those things, but they do sit through their Instagram feed and they see those posts that capture their attention. It's like, wow, this person really knows what she's talking about. I think I want to know more about what she does, right? So it's really that simple. So that's how you come up with the title and how you write your little caption. You don't have to write a whole page or life story. I recommend you keep them short and sweet, straight to the point. And now when it comes to pictures, okay? So this is another one that some of you can get stuck with. So I love using my own pictures just to establish that personal connection. If I have the pictures, right? Let me just go to my page so I can show you some of the things I've done. But I will also say not to be afraid to use stock photos, right? Just make sure that you are using photos that you paid for or that are free for you to use, not to be using somebody else's photo that could get you in trouble. So as you can see, a lot of my content has my picture. I like to just show my picture, right? So if I'm talking about maybe being a mompreneur, I will probably want to use a picture of me and my kids, right? But if it's something like some of these other questions, it's fine to use my face, or when you don't have a picture of you to use, if you haven't been able to get some stock photos done recently of yourself, then it's totally fine. I'm going to show you what you could do. And this is a strategy that we use with our clients. Just bear with me just a second. I'm going to show you just a little trick that I'm pretty sure you're not using right now. All right. Well, let me know if you have any questions so far about what I've shared. So this is a question that I get all the time. This is something I should probably put. So how to grow your Instagram account to 10,000 followers? That's something that I will probably do. It is with creating content and being committed to that content strategy. Having a content strategy, number one. Now, sticking to that content strategy 2 to 3 times per week, being consistent. So what I'm doing right now of being MIA for like a few weeks is not something that I do. I already explained why, but honestly, like where I build my account up to right now, I get followers on a daily basis just on its own. I get DMs like every few hours. I don't have to work too hard at this point. It's kind of sort of like that person that writes a book and they don't have to keep writing a book every day. Like I already built something for me. It's already there. Those posts, that knowledge is already there. There's over 200 posts there that people can go through. They can see what I'm about. So if you take time to do this and build a nice community of followers, of an engaged audience, then you don't have to be a slave to this, guys. Trust me. It just takes a little bit of time to build up. But once you do it, then you can take breaks like I did. And look, you can see like I get followers on a constant basis. See? And I'm now over there going crazy looking for them. So what I do is, well, this is going to be for another day, what I do with those followers. So here I just wanted to share with you what to do if you don't have any pictures, right? So let's see. You can find pictures for stories on here, right on Canva. And I know that a lot of you on here have Canva. You can find pictures for stories. You can find pictures for anything, right? So what we do for our clients, the stock photos on Canva, you can use. Those are photos. So I don't know what's going on with this though. Let me see. Super, super simple here. So let's say you came up with your 12 prompts, your captions, you have that down, and you don't have any pictures. I'm going to just go ahead and go here to Canva and create a design. An Instagram post I want to create. And I'm not sure why I'm having such a hard time with my internet. Here. So what I want to show you is I'm not going to create a graphic. I tested this. Instagram, and this is going to go against what you probably think about Instagram. Instagram doesn't do as well with graphics as it does with just pictures. I tested this with clients and of course with myself. So you're going to go here and you can go and add. You can, of course, add elements, but what I'm looking for is just a picture, just pictures. I want to show you photos that you can use their stock photos, right? So let's say you want to find a photo that represents social media. You see, you can find some really cool photos and they're there and they're for you to use. If you have Canva, if you pay for Canva, I do pay for it, but there are some that are free. Like for example, this cool little picture and graphic, if you don't have pictures of yourself to use, you can go ahead and use that. And there's your picture right there. Ta-da! What do you think? Well, I love to hear if you had already been using this or thought about this before, because I know a lot of my clients were mind blown when I share this, because one of the things they say, oh, I don't have time to go do a photo shoot right now, or I haven't done that in a long time. Well, there you go. And you can find pictures for anything. Let's say mindset. Let's see if we can find a picture on mindset, because I know there's a lot of coaches here. See, there's a lot of pictures on mindset. There's pictures on anything, really. So you don't have to worry if you haven't taken any stock photos or something like that. This month is actually, let's see, Mental Health Awareness Day. So I probably need to definitely post something on mindset. So there you go. And if you want to put even put your name on it, I used to do this a lot before at the beginning. If you go way back to my posts, what did I do to this picture? Yeah, so there it is, another picture. And there's a ton of different pictures. You just go to the photos. These photos you can use without any issues, any copyright issues. We can look up wellness. Yeah, let's look up wellness, health and wellness. Really awesome stock photos here that are free to use. Nutrition. Really anything you can think of. Why am I saying this? Because we have clients that are in the OBGYN niche, and this is really niche-y. I could even find pictures of placentas and cord blood. That's how niche-y it is. So if I could find pictures for that, on here that are suitable for their content, you can definitely find pictures on here for your content on mindset, nutrition, wellness, and all of that. Okay, and then once you have your picture, then I highly recommend that you have a program where you can put all your captions and your photos and organize them, and you can visualize them. One of the free apps that you can use for this is later.com, or Buffer is another one that I used before. Right now, I use Tailwind, which I think is freaking amazing. It's fantastic, but they all pretty much do the same thing. I will show you how you can do this here on later, but most of them work the same, and you can get a free version of this. Buffer is another really good one that I used to use at the beginning. It's completely free. I'm just going to log in. Oh, I had already put the password. All right. So I changed my password recently, so it's not going to show. But on here, you're going to be able to see, this is like way back. You upload all of your pictures, and then you can write the captions to go along with it, and you can schedule them out for whatever day you want it to go out, or if you're going to do it manually every day. The important thing is that you have this already done for you, so you don't have to come up with the content every day. Once you have your 12, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 9, and these are old pictures from my own feed when I used to use Later. Once you have this done, it is super simple. Even if you do it manually, yeah, it is super easy. Totally. I don't want to say health coaches. Yep. And that's it. So just think about what that potential client is looking for. If you have your own pictures, great. I always recommend for you to post your own pictures. I do a lot of my own pictures on my social media. But if you don't have them, or you don't feel like posting your own pictures, then you can always use these stock photos. And there's different stock photo websites you can use, but I don't even mess with any of them anymore. Canva has it all. I love Canva. So that's what I recommend, to stick with Canva, and then get yourself an app. Could be later.com. Buffer is the other one. That one's really good. It's free, and it's going to post to both Facebook and Instagram. Even if you don't do a lot on Facebook, I think you might as well do it, because it's not going to cost you anything extra, no extra effort. It's already there. It's already done. Let me see if I can log into Buffer and show you how it looks like. And like I said, Tailwind is the one that I've been using lately. I really like it. And also, if you do Pinterest, Tailwind will push your content to Pinterest as well. So it's really cool. So yeah, Buffer, this one is Buffer, but because I haven't used it in a very long time, I've been using Tailwind. I can't really show you how it works. So let me see if I can log into Tailwind. I really want to show you how I put the content in the little slots and push it through. You're going to have to bear with me. In the meantime, if you guys have any questions or want me to look up something in the app for you, you can ask me. So again, just to recap, the very first thing you want to do is have a content strategy. Think about how many times you want to be showing up on Instagram. And it's not just posting. Remember, with posting, there's that responsibility of being watchful to see if you get any comments, any likes, any DMs, right? So you can then engage with that person, and that's how you generate leads on Instagram. Okay, so here I can show you how it looks with Tailwind. So I just gave you a bunch of them, and there's more that I didn't even mention that you can use. So here, so you will come up, publisher right here. These are all the drafts that I have. As I shared with you, I've been testing whether using graphics or just the plain photos works best. I already feel like I have enough of a sample size data to know that the pictures work better. And that's what I've been posting for most of my Instagram, most of the time that I've been on Instagram. So I don't think I want to change it, but I did play around and created some graphics to put. So let me just show you. So you will upload the pictures and then you will click on it. Tailwind is really cool because it even gives you prompts as to how to write your captions. So check this out. So this is a photo. I uploaded it, and here I'm going to write the caption. It gives you different prompts. So calling our loyal followers, we need your help. We have decided to. So like it gives you different prompts if you are struggling to come up with ideas. I don't know if you can see. It might be too small for you to see, but it gives you different ideas. Like it's time to share some Instagram love, repost this shot. So different ideas, but I haven't used this tool, but I think it's pretty cool. You do have to pay for it in order to do that. And Tailwind only allows you to do 30 posts. And then after that, you have to upgrade and pay for it. But those other ones that I mentioned, like Later, Buffer, and there's so many other ones you can test out. So that is something that you probably want to have in order to do this strategy that I just shared with you all. Come up with your prompts, however many pieces of content you want per month. And then your caption, super easy. Type the answer to your caption. If you don't know the answer, Google it. Very easy. You can find everything out on Google. And then post your own picture that goes with it. And if you don't have one that goes with it, then look for one on free stock photo websites or Canva. Let me know if you have any other questions. Try not to get... Let's see. Let me read the comments. Try not to get obsessed with a color palette, one step at a time. Okay, yeah. So I never did do that. I never got that obsessed with it. I'm gonna just share something with you. Just think about this. How many times do you think people that make sales on Instagram, how many times do you think they hear, oh, I love your color palette in your feed. That's why I decided to hire you as my coach. I'll tell you the answer to that. 0 times. No one has ever said that to me. And I doubt anybody said that to anybody. I've never said that to anyone. And in my early start, when I started, I used to buy a lot from different people, from Instagram, from social media. That's how I know that this stuff works. And I never decided to buy based on the fact that they had beautiful graphics or an amazing color palette. So there you have it, right? So we can get stuck on these silly ideas like, oh, it has to be perfect. It has to match everything. And then question it. Get very curious. Question it. Awesome. I'm so glad that this is serving you. And we are coming to an end of our training, and I'm going to be posting every single one of these. So you can watch out for those on my Instagram. If you have any other questions, let me know. If you just completely don't want to do this because it bores you, you don't have the time, you're too busy with clients, don't be afraid to outsource it, right? We can help you with that. If you want us to do that, just let us know, send us a message. We can talk about what that looks like. Or if you want to join our Boss Academy for women entrepreneurs, where we can hold your hand and help you do everything from content creation, publishing, your lead magnet, getting on sales calls with clients, how to get those clients to convert, we're here for you, okay? Thank you all for joining us. Let's see, I am... Can I connect? That's awesome. I love that. I will buy from a person that I connect with, and I surely cannot connect with color palettes, of course. So I love posting pictures of myself, not because I'm full of myself or anything like that, but I feel like people can connect with you and kind of see through you. I don't know. At least I can. If I look at someone, I say, you know, she looks like someone I might want to work with. So that's how my buying process works, and that's what I translated into the way that I show up for my potential clients. And it's worked for me, so I think it works. Let's see what else. An energy healer. I feel it. That is how I decide everything. There you go. So many different things. And I think with energy, the pictures, like maybe putting your own picture, just because that way they can feel a little bit of your energy maybe by looking at you, or doing video really works. I love reels. I think that is the best tool that there is out there right now. You don't have to dance. You don't have to do anything ridiculous in order to make reels work for you. I'm going to do a training on how to create reels that really, really work. Unfortunately, for some reason, my Instagram is still giving me trouble with posting reels, but you can follow my new account, which I will type here because I can't really put comments. It's at the Boss Agency Co. Not double E's. That was a typo. The Boss Agency Co. I already posted 2 reels where I did not dance, I did not curse, and I didn't do anything silly that is out of character. And it's working, and it will work. I know that account is going to blow up. So I just want to tell you that reels really work if you want to, if you're not afraid to show your face, and you don't have to do anything crazy or silly. You don't have to curse. You don't have to do anything that doesn't align with your personality. So stay tuned. Next week, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, so you can connect with the new account there. I think I'm feeling like we should do a Reels challenge. Who's up for a Reels challenge? Raise your hand. Let me know in the comments if you're up for it. And then if I get enough people that raise their hand, then maybe we'll do a challenge so we can hold each other accountable and make sure that you all show up for a period of time. I'm thinking maybe a week. So this is I have a client that showed up on Reels constantly for 60 days, and her account grew to over 20,000 followers in 60 days. So at the beginning, it went down a little bit, her follower count, right? So those people that just didn't quite align with what she was posting, but then it just blew up. So yes, I think that we should totally do one, because I'm trying to also hold myself accountable to grow the new account. So I think that's a good idea. So we'll do a training next week on Reels, and then we'll start the challenge for the month of June, I'm thinking, right? That sounds good. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for joining me. This was a lot of fun. And believe it or not, this helps me too, because now I have all this content that I'm ready to post for a whole month. And you'll be able to see it if you are connected with me on my Agudelo-Vega coach account. And then we'll start the Reels challenge next week. And then we will all grow, blow up our accounts. And then the following week, we'll learn how to turn those followers into clients, because that's probably what you are all wondering, right? All right. Well, thank you all for joining me live. I hope you have an awesome weekend, and I will see you again soon. Bye.